Hello, this is 1903, as you can see by our outfits.
Very period
Not.
appropriate.
And this is for our colleague, musician, John.
Very important person who you'll hear a lot about after.
Yes,
so
stay.
Please don't just go once you've
You
heard
must
this song.
find out about John.
Thank you.
A fellow went on a journey from Bath to Pimlico. He wanted to catch the Scotch Express. He had to meet his best girl, Bess, but the train didn't stop at the station, and it caused him lots of pain. So he jumped up on the railway line and tried to stop the train. He's gone where they don't play billiards. He's gone where they don't play cards. Gone where they don't give racing tips, where they don't sell fish and chips. No one ever goes there to see a cricket match. He's gone where they've got no train to catch. A lady once found her copper, got its flue stopped up. Her clothes every week it used to spoil. She couldn't bring them to the boil. She said the flue wanted cleaning, and so one fateful night, upon the copper fire she placed a pound of dynamite. She's gone where they don't play billiards, gone where they don't play cards, gone where they've got no copper sticks, and supply the blue for nicks. Sunlight soap's not wanted, they've got no ringing machine. She's gone where they've got no clothes to clean. Vintage machine. A fellow once started proing, and he got on immense. As soon as on the stage he ran, the audience rose up like one man. He was singing a comic song and doing a camp high kick. He just reached honey, honey, when somebody threw a brick. He's gone where they don't play billiards, gone where they don't play cards, gone where there's no plantation heirs. Don't even mention Buller there. There's no comic singers or dashing serios. He's gone where they don't want any pros. Last verse. A fella once made a wager how many eggs he'd eat. They brought him up a couple of trucks. He first ate hens and then ate ducks. When he'd shifted a couple of thousand to make things good for trade, he started on a hard-boiled egg that our old rooster laid. He's gone where they don't play billiards, gone where they don't play cards, gone to a place far, far away where the hens refuse to lay. They've got no incubators there and very little sun. He's gone where you get your eggs well done. Thanks to the British Library to finding that. We had to wait until they'd got over their cyber incident to get in there. That is literally the fact. So thank you.
It sounds like you just making
Made
it
that
up for drama.
Yes,
The British Library
they'd gone where they don't play billiards. Cyber incident verse.
Oh, that's a real picture of life there.
Oh, yes.
And interestingly enough, I have a little clip to play illustrating the life there and why John learnt about that song subsequently. So I'm going to hand over to an interview that we recorded, and he can tell you all about himself and
John
about the song.
is great. Follow him.
Well, I'm John Reed Torres, Los Angeles native, ragtime pianist and collector of all sorts of old stuff. I've been composing and writing ragtime for over a decade now.
unique individual. Just pan around there some of the interesting bits and bobs you got in your place. Look at that.
Mr. Scott Joplin there, Original sheet music.
Can you give a brief introduction to that? I'm sure you've told the story so many times.
Well, I mean, it's quite interesting because I live here in South Central Los Angeles. Born in the 90s. It's not a lot of external influences of this early sort of cultural aspects, especially as it relates to Black culture. But I was exposed to it at an early age, and just I became hooked to it. Ragtime, Scott Joplin, all the things of that late 19th, early 20th century musical culture that really resonates with me and my artistry, and I've been doing it ever since.
How can people check out any of your music or any content of any kind that you put out? Where can they go? What do they need to search for?
My YouTube under my name, John Reed Torres. My Instagram, Mista.Ragtime. That's MISTA.Ragtime. Album on all the streaming platforms called Angel's Flight. I wrote that piece in 2012 about our shortest railway from 1901 that's still in downtown LA. So
John and I have actually been on that together, so I'll see if I can dig out a photograph of that. Can you tell us about the song that we've just sung?
I first heard that, you're not going to believe it. I was in 10th grade high school history class, and our professor or teacher, David Travis, would play old recordings from the time in which we were studying. So this was like World War I, before 1890s England Music Hall.
Yep.
And he played this tune, and I thought, I like that. And years later, I was just bored one day, and I looked it up, and I said, that's the tune, that's the track.
Hope you enjoyed meeting John, and if you want to see clearer sounds of him and everything, not over a phone, do go to his channel, which we will link.
Oh yeah, we'll make sure that we do that.
Please do. He's a fascinating man.
We will. If you want to make a request on Living Room Request for That Is What You're Watching, please go to patriciahammond.com/request, or move to the side of the screen.
Oh, you want to do that again?
You can just go on our QR code.
QR
which
code.
takes you there if you're on a smart TV.
Yeah, you're not
similar.
over far enough. Anyway.
And
this instrument.
In the meantime, I thought I would play this other banjo for John. This one's from the 1890s, but it's
been to the First World War and back.
It's just
literally
it's not
has.
Perfect.
It went to the
It
Western
almost
Front.
went where people don't play billiards.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I kept it, and the wood keeps
honestly
warping this way. So
I don't know how
really
he played that. With all these chords, like this is very densely written. Every chord, every note's a different chord, pretty much.
But
it's
yeah,
not strummy,
it is.
strummy.
You're absolutely right. It's dum dum dum. Yeah, it's part of how they wrote. It's part of how they wrote this particular style of whatever you would call that, one step, quasi late Victorian, early Edwardian popular song. Dum da da dum. That is one hair away from a cakewalk, but it's not quite in. And you might say it's a march almost. Dum da da da. The feel is march.
That literally was jumping out of its. The strings were jumping out of their.
I had to grab a saw and sort of make. I had to grab a saw and make a little bit more. Not a musical saw. A hardware saw, and I had to make a little bit more room on the bridge.
The strings had gone where they don't play billiards.
Yeah,
such an applicable phrase. You can just use it in everyday parlance. I'm sure they did. It's just that I haven't heard that these days, but we can now all say, gone where they don't play billiards, gone where they don't play cards, gone where they got no fish and chips.
It was a bit high originally.
There's a reference to Buller in the verse about the guy who became a pro on the stage, where they don't have any pros, and gone where there's no plantation heirs, don't even mention Buller there. And the reference to Buller, the only I could find, please tell me in the comments if you are a historian, or if whatever reason
which Buller do you think it is?
Which Buller. But all I could find was the fact that there was a song from.
Oh.
This was from 1903, but this song was from 1901 called "Cheer Up, Buller."
Oh, maybe it's that.
And it's not by the same writers at all, but it's a music song from the Anglo-Boer War.
Okay.
And it is.
What happens to him?
Well, Buller was a.
Oh, was he as somebody in the military?
Sir Redvers Buller was the British general first put in charge of the British forces. Under his command, British troops suffered a series of disastrous defeats in the early months of the war, and Buller was replaced. Despite this, Buller was apparently still held in some affection by his men, and arguably so is reflected by this popular song.
Must be that.
But why does that have with it? I don't know.
He was known.
Well, but what does it have to do with plantation songs?
Don't even mention Buller there.
Don't even mention Buller there. Yeah, comment if you know. Anyway.
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah. We'll
Thank
see
you for your
again
request,
for
John.
another video. Let's take a nice.
Yes, this is not online. If you
go.
want the music to this, email me.
Yes, that's right.
And we'll somehow we should make a thumbnail that involves
What, John's face?
John's face, I think. So if we go like this and
imagine
celebrate
John's
it.
in. Okay, go on, let's try that.
We'll put him in a round.
I don't want to make him look like he's gone where they don't play billiards, though.
Oh yes, of course.
We'll have to be careful. We'll work on that. We left some options there. Thanks to John. Thanks everybody else for watching. See you later.